All right. Hi, everybody. I am Angie from the Montpelier Library, and we have with us today
I'm
Kate.
Katie Taylor.
Yes, Katie Taylor. She is volunteering with us here at the library this year. She is a student at St. Francis, so she's way smarter than I am. But so she's going to discuss with us some of the aspects of YA books. And we are going to actually do probably 3 videos on this. And this week's just going to be a little bit of an overview from her perspective. And next week we'll dig a little deeper into what YA is, what it means, and all of that good stuff. And then the third week, who knows? You never know what it'll be. And if we're having so much fun, maybe we'll do it another week.
Yeah.
So take it away, Katie.
All right. So I guess I like young adult fiction because they're new worlds and new adventures. And so they're a break from whatever's going on with you. But then they also cover a lot of topics that people my age deal with. So most of the time, the protagonist is about my age and they have similar experiences or are going through the same things. Which is fun and they're very relatable. But I think they're not only relatable for people my age, but also adults.
Mhm. I would have to agree with that because I think we have discussed it before that a lot of them are maybe geared toward that particular
Mm-hmm.
age group, but then they just happily
Yes.
make sense to other people, or
Yes.
different age groups like that little getaway, or they get
Mm-hmm.
into maybe some particular genre that falls into. And that's good because that gives you a wider range of things that you can read.
Right. That's what my mom really likes the young adult fiction because she says they're easy for her to read. They don't take up a lot of time. They're shorter, so she can, a day or two, and it just gives her a break and something to read, which she likes to read. Both my parents do. That's probably why I like to read.
We like to hear that.
Yes. I'd say the book that got me started in YA would be Ted Bell's Nick of Time. My dad and I read that together. I think I was in fourth or fifth grade probably, and so it's a fairly large book, so that's what we read it together. But and then I read the Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone series, and Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Those are really good series to start on. They're easy and you know, there's a huge fan base for both of them. So you'll definitely find people that would love to talk to you about it. um, so yeah, they're just good books to start on, but there's all different types of genres in young adult fiction. So if there's something you like, just try it in young adult, and it'll be really fun.
Yes, because different age groups, some of the way that they get classified, maybe at a library, some of them may be for the younger readers, but some of them may be towards the higher end of that YA spectrum as well. So you just have to pick and choose maybe what you are most comfortable with reading, or what your particular age is going to fall into that for you to be reading.
Right? Exactly. I think, and it really goes along with kind of the age of the protagonist as well, how they're written, because and as they grow older, they deal with more older topics because most of the time, I think, well, at least I think, especially say with the Percy Jackson and the Harry Potter series, the authors know that the reader is also growing older. So they really go with their audience, with their age groups.
Because a lot of these are going to be a series where
Yes,
it's
yes.
going to grow.
There's a lot of series in young adult, and I think that's probably because they take a lot of time to build these new worlds, and then you get more and more books to explore them, and as well as the topics that they go through. I think probably Harry Potter's 11 and 12. That's when he starts, and Percy Jackson, I think he's about 14 or 16 when they start, and same way with the Hunger Games, they're young like that. Twilight, they're older. They're in the junior, senior high school. So they start there and then they continue on.
And something that you probably find in some of these books is even if a younger reader is reading some of that, some of it may be over their head,
Yes.
but maybe they just miss that or they
Right.
breeze over that part. But there are aspects of it that they do enjoy.
Yes, definitely. And even they might find that it's like their favorite series, and then 2 or 3 years later, you'll read it again and you'll pick something else up, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that, but it's important to you now, where it wasn't before. Yeah, they're really just.
I think it's always important to read a book more than once, probably,
Definitely.
especially one that you like.
I mean, I think I've probably read Harry Potter's Goblet of Fire like 3 times. But I think I've read the whole series twice, but I pick and choose after that.
Okay, so here's the question.
Okay.
We were talking about earlier how a lot of these books have movie versions.
Oh, yes.
So where do you fall on that? How do you feel about the whole movie thing?
I almost always think the book is better than the movie. And that's because when you're reading a book, you get to, even though the author definitely gives descriptions as to what people or characters look like, you fill in all the blanks. And so when you're watching a movie, you see the director's version of when they read it, basically. And so there's things that are different, and they have a lot of good book to movies, but I still almost always think the book is better.
Because it's your imagination that is
Yes.
creating the pictures, not somebody else's.
Right, and it's your imagination for what they look like. You see their words, but how they sound. Whether things are said with heavy sarcasm or seriousness and things like that. And the author gives notes for that most of the time, but you still get your own little twist on everything. And I like that.
And that kind of plays right into it that, a lot of these are a fantasy realm.
Yes.
And, you get to just create even more of the fantasy with your own imagination.
Definitely. And you get sucked into them. I know I used to do that in study halls and stuff. I'd be sitting there reading and I wouldn't hear the bell go off, and it'd be until there was like 3 people left packing up and be like, oh, I gotta go.
Oops, time to go. So is there anything else you would like to share with us today?
I think my only thing is, yeah, if you don't know where to start, think of a genre that you like and then see if they have that in young adult, or book to movie, see if there's your favorite movie is a book. And then, as always, you can come into the library and they'll help you, right?
Oh, we would love to point you in the right direction. And something that you need to remember is that sometimes when you come into the library, we have a YA section, but all of the books who maybe online are classified as YA, maybe in our library they're not classified as that. They may very well be in our J section or they may be in the adult section, but that doesn't mean that we don't have them. If you don't see something you really want to start reading, ask one of us. We will definitely look that up for you. And hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks, if we don't have it here at our library, we will be able to start ordering it from the other libraries that we're involved with and start getting some of them in for you so that you can start reading something that you really want to read.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So there's our first video on YA, and hopefully before too long we will have another one up for you. But we are glad that you joined us today, and we want to thank Katie for giving us her take on this, since she's more in that age realm than I am. But
thank you for having me.
We love Katie. So thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.
Thanks. Bye.